Let's say hello here to John on a cell phone. John, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. I need some help with some 101 here.
I'm here to help, John.
I need it. I'm 30 now, and I need the kind of woman that, you can take a few places and not embarrass you, but you still get something, even though because you're spending all this money.
Yeah.
Like company trips, crap stuff like that, family kind of stuff.
Right.
So you want something, you want somebody that's not going to embarrass you, but yet I want to be able to find that person, where to look, what to look for, and then I don't want to get roped into some relationship.
Well, what do you want exactly?
Just what I said. Somebody I can take when I have something to go to like that, and I'll get something. It won't embarrass me. But yeah.
So you want someone you can take out in public. You don't just want booty call. You want someone to go out into public with what? Business? Fun?
Yeah, like when I have the company picnic and the company dinner and the company trip. Our company sends us on trips and stuff. And when, you got friends are having some get-together type of thing, so you're not the buttless guy there all the time.
Well, to do a deal like that, you kind of have to play that same role for her. You in some, what kind of business are you in?
Well, I manage construction.
All right. You need somebody a woman who has a business life of her own and who might need you to fulfill the same roles. You can't expect someone to do that for you in a one-way relationship. It isn't going to happen.
Well, hey, if her company's going to send us on trips, that's fine too. But I don't want to get into some deal where I'm roped in, getting a wife and kids and all that other crap. I
understand that. In fact, let me tell you something. Women I'll tell you what you need. Okay, you need a woman who has a career and is in business herself, because women like that are much less likely to want to stop down their career to have a family or anything like that, and they have the same needs you do. Which is they need someone to come to the company Christmas party with them, somebody to show up at events, dinners, what have you, somebody to be the, like Stedman is to Oprah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's one of those relationships. So you want to have a relationship like that, where you kind of fulfill the same role for each other. So don't go looking for bimbos, because they're not going to do what you want them to do the way you want them to do it.
Yeah, because they usually embarrass you.
Oh, please, if you could find a woman who is an attorney or a doctor, a woman who has some kind of an executive position. And by the way, those women are not as hard to get as you think. These are women who have no time for relationships. And that's exactly what you want. Someone who has no time for a relationship but can schedule you in and put you in her day planner.
So where do you find these gals?
Oh, well, let's...
I'm not meeting them on my job site. No,
well, you don't meet them at the job site. You pick out the part of town. You're calling from Portland, Oregon, I see. You pick out the part of town where the lawyers go out to dinner or for drinks after work. The doctors go out. There are parts of town. I know here in L.A., for example, there are places where, like out near Century City, out West L.A., there's a bunch of law firms out there. And there are bars in the area where attorneys go. There are bars where doctors go from like an upscale hospital. Let's say Cedars-Sinai here in L.A., okay? This is where you meet people like that. You go to bars and you meet them there, and people always go to knock off after a hard day of work. That's where you want to go. I'll tell you what, if I were here in L.A., I would not go to Beverly Hills. You meet a lot of gold diggers. You want to go to places where women are in business and they work. Doctors, lawyers, accountants. Where are the accounting firms in town? Go to where these women are. Find a woman with a real career. And you pretty much have an understanding with somebody like that.
Do the regular 101 rules apply with them, or how do you work that situation where you don't tee them off? You know what?
You don't even have to use Leykis 101 rules, because that kind of happens naturally. Some of the best meaningless relationships I ever had were with people who were career women, because they didn't have any more time for a relationship than I did, or they didn't want one any more than I did because they were so into their careers. Perfect. Less likely to want kids, less likely to, to make demands on you and call you 40 times a day and demand that you do things. They're just as likely to forget your birthday as you are to forget theirs. Perfect. So for a guy and by the way, I'll tell you something else. I think that a woman executive, I don't know what you look like, John, but you're in construction, you're probably at least in pretty good shape. The average executive woman will probably think that she can dominate you and would love to have a guy who's a construction worker at her beck and call. Even if you own the company, she'll think of you as a construction worker.
Do you let them think you're at their beck and call, to keep the thing going, or do you put them in?
Well, no, it's going to be a mutual. No, what it's going to be is a mutually beneficial relationship. That's what it's going to be.
That's in the morning. Do you got to stick around and chit chat?
Oh no. The same rules apply. You get out. In fact, she has to get up early in the morning for a meeting. Perfect. She has to fly out of town. You know what? Bang her at the airport.
Do you have to spend the night even?
No, and I would recommend you don't. No, don't. Nope. The Leykis 101 rules on that always apply for a relationship like that. You just do. You go there, you bang her. She has to get up early in the morning. You'll talk to her sometime next week. Boom, out.
Man, that sounds too good to be true.
I'm telling you, but you got to do it with professional women.
You've done this.
I have done this. Oh, have I done this? Yes.
How did you
There's
get
nothing like a doctor, a female doctor, a female lawyer. Oh, God, that's good.
And then how about the money thing? Do I always pay? Do you just? How do
oh
you
no, you don't always pay. But you might do it like a friend. You'll pay this time, she'll pay next time. No, you don't pay for everything. No, she's a professional. You know it. I mean, come on. If she's a doctor or a lawyer and you're in construction, why would you be paying all the time? That's ridiculous.
That's true.
Come on. And you know what, though? A lot of these women actually are control freaks and would like to pay more often. Let them.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah. But, again, don't try this with your average bimbo. Do it with a pro. Someone who is a professional, I can't emphasize this enough, attorney, doctor, accountant, advertising executive, Fortune 500 executive, somebody like that.
Do you right away tell them right up front that's what you're thinking, or after the first night you tell them, or you just
You don't even have to tell them, because that's all they are capable of. That is all they're capable of. They're not capable of anything else. Because they, like anyone else who works 12-hour, 14-hour days, they got no time.
That's where I'm at.
You know how many of these women are 37, 38? They still haven't had a boyfriend. They still haven't gotten married. They still haven't had kids because they're so busy with their careers. That's who you want to be with.
Yeah, I'm starting to find. Yeah, I look a little older than my age because I'm starting to thin and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to find those gals, but they're all to the point they want to settle down and have the kid and stuff that they wish they'd had 10 years.
You haven't been going out with doctors and lawyers.
Not doctors and lawyers, but accountants, business executives.
Well, move up the ladder a bit, baby. Move up the goddamn ladder.